Hello everybody, and on today's edition of Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions, we're going to play around with a little bit of styrene. I haven't done none for a while, so I figured what the hey, I want to see what we can do. I already have some pieces cut, some of them some scrap pieces left over, and I've just kind of been setting them around, but this is going to be our main screen here, and then that's going to be the desk part right there. So that's what we'll start out with. I luckily had some pieces that were already cut here, and I'm going to glue them, so why don't we just go ahead and get right on after it. So with that, we'll get out our fancy glue here, because we know what we're going to do. That's going to be on here. So we'll kind of get our piece set up there, get our glue over here, put a little bit here and there. Doesn't hurt to be liberal in this stuff. Because after all, we're wanting to make a bond. And you can still adjust it until it sets all the way. So basically what we want it to do is set up like that. There's one. I'm going to take this and butter this one up right here. And then we'll stick that one right on here if we can. I'm going to push it around in the spot here where we know we're good. Put a little line of this stuff down it. Guess I got a little too much on there. Okay. And there we go. You don't have to be shy with the glue, I'm telling you. I always like to use plenty. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if you see how it's kind of like, you get it in there and get it kind of sponging around. That way it really digs in there and you know you got a good bond. Okay, let's make sure that we're moderately straight. I think that'll be fine. One thing I always like to do too is I like to go back over the edges that I've glued after they set for a minute. Just give them another little whack. Like I said, I'm pretty liberal with this glue. So there's that. So we got our screen on here. Or that part there, where we're sitting. And I know I want it all the way right here. But I want to make a top for this. So I want to glue that to that. And I already suspect that I'm going to have to make a couple little braces out here to keep this solid. But I want to kind of get this even here before I go to doing the gluing. I think I might even want to do a little bit of the sandy here. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. It might be time to use this one stuff here. This stuff. I've did a couple of videos on styrene. I just haven't done none in a while, so I've kind of explained everything, you know, the little tricks and that I use on the cutting. So I didn't go into that too much this time because I figured you guys have already seen that, so why bore you with that again? So I think I will put this right along there like so. We'll get us a cut here. You know that that's going to be like so. And like I said, I don't mind if I go a little over because I'm going to sand a little bit of this anyhow. Yes, I then give it a little score and then snap it off. And I know I'm going to put that up there like so. And this right here will add a little rigidity to all of this so that we can help glue that to that, have it stay together good. Just go down here. And give her a little loosey. And we'll see where we're at on getting it stuck here. And remember, don't be shy with the glue. Resin that you can't use too much because it evaporates off pretty quick. And if you use a bunch, you kind of get a little bit to where you can play around with where you want your piece too. Now I see that we're gonna have to whack that just a little bit. This one's just a little touch up. So we'll just sand that right on off. You could probably skin it off there with the knife. It might be faster to do that. Fiddling around all night. Then we'll even that up with this. So that's all kind of squared up there. And I think I'm going to go from there like this, so that we have a little edge there. And then we'll glue that to this. We kind of want to get the same length here. I'm thinking right there. Doing real nice. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know it, start putting the glue to it. Oh, I moved on me. Oh, let go. We're gonna get some stuff to stick a little bit. Okay, that's that part right there. I think I want to go put this on here. Well, I know what I want to do. So that I have an edge around here. Give it a little distance. Right there, I need that. Got that pretty good. So now we're going to trim this back just a touch. Because I know we're going to need to. There we go. I'll take a little bit of this and we'll do the outside of these right here on the edges. These little details may not seem like a lot, but they throw a little touch to it. Always go back and make sure you give it the juice again. Got to do a little adjusting. You're still able to do it. Okay. So that's our top part of our screen we're going to do here. As you can see, there's a little where I got to do some sanding here to get that into there, but that's fine. That's just what you have to do every time. There's always a little bit of sanding. That's why I use the thicker pieces, so I can sand it into where I want to. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing now. We're probably going to be doing this in stages, but I don't really want to sand this or glue this on here until I sand this, so I can get the edges and everything straight. So that's probably what we're going to be doing next. And with the sanding, we ain't getting fancy. We're going to get sanded. We just take this right here, and you can even put a little bevel on it like this if you want to by angling that. Usually don't take too long with this stuff to get it where you want it. We got a ways more to go, it looks like. We're getting closer now. As you can see how it's come right into play there. I got a little on the side here that I need to whack off. But you can also take the edge of your knife and use it as a plane like that. And that can take it off pretty fast too. Like on little short sides here or whatever. Just take your little thing here and kind of sometimes you just get your old Dremel out and go after it. So that might be what we're going to do. But it don't really take a lot of sanding. As you see, I've already got into a lot of that. Or you can just take your knife and trim it right down to where you want it to. It's another method. I'll give her a little more whittle here. See how that got our edge right up there nice. We'll probably have a little bit of finish sand in here after we get this straightened out. There we go, it's starting to come around now. You can see how it just kind of, our edges just kind of go right in, guys. Of course, we'll have a little bit of final sanding with this, and then we'll primer everything and fill in some gaps and stuff. That's pretty much what we're doing right now off the start. We're going to probably do this when, you know how we do, in stages, and this will be part one. I'll finish the sanding on this, probably get our screen mounted on that, and then we'll come back to make the bottom part, and we'll make a part two. How do you think about that, guys? We're going to do some other stuff too. I kind of had this laid out like this, and now I was thinking that I want to put a couple of screens. You know how the G.I. Joe, they always have the 2 screens or 3 screens up here. Well, I could only fit 2 screens on this one, so we're going to do 2 up there. And then we're going to also have a little space on the sides of this. So I figured I would do a little something on this and some pipes up. Pretty much how I do. And that'll be what we got, guys. Like I say, I'm Turk Murphy. This is Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions. This is part 1 on the styrene control panel build. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a good one. Peace.